Well, we got 4 inches of rain out here heading toward the end of November. 4 inches of rain, for God's sake. Then we got 7 inches of snow on top of that. And the snow's so wet that you can't move it with a snow blower, darn it. And so I gotta scoop it out, and this old man's back don't like that very well. Be that as it may, you're here for a story, and I need a break. Okay. Very well. From Missouri and all around the world, the news media has been telling how much racism there is, how terrible it is. Well, you might want to put it into perspective a wee bit. You see, racism is in everybody. Everybody has racism. You, me, every race, every color has racism. Absolutely. But just as every day you decide not to steal, every day when somebody irritates you, you decide not to kill that person, you can, on every day, decide not to be or say racist things. That's how it works. It's that simple. And if someone says something racist in your mindset, rather than to go ballistic or get in front of a TV camera and say they're racist, you might want to ask a few more questions. Example is here in McCook, Nebraska. I had a gentleman right here next to me in the trailer court, and he was coming down and getting vegetables from me. I give free food to those that need it or want it. And so he said, "I hate Mexicans." Out of the blue, he said that as a Mexican drove by. And I said, "I figured you'd be the last person to say something like that, sir. Because looking at you, you'll have to forgive me, I think you're Mexican by the way you look, your stocky and the color and everything. I'd guess you to be a Mexican." And he said, "Not hardly." He said, "I am a Mexican Indian." And I, okay. And he said that down in Mexico, he said, if you want to see racism, you see what the Mexicans do to the Indians. And he said, you know why we hate them. And I said, well, okay. I bet that they have treated you badly. He said, they still do. He said, we are less than second-class citizens down there. And he said, if I could, I'd kill every Mexican on earth that I could. And I said, and you might pause right here. Rather than get on your high horse and chew him out, it's best to start on his side. And said, well, I'm proud of you. And he looked at me a little bit strange, figuring I bet he's going to say something back at me. I said, I'm proud of you. Because you see, every day you prove you're better than they are. How? You prove that you're better than they are by not killing them. And you defeat the dark side every day by saying, I won't kill anybody, including the Mexicans, today. You see how that works? And it works reasonably well, I'm here to tell you. But if you want to see racism, let me give you a point of how that works. I'll give you a demonstration of what real racism is. If you want to see racism, we've got it here in McCook pretty good. A good example is we had some colored folks come here to the city of McCook, and from another country. Now, they didn't want to be citizens, so they just got a green card to work here, he and she. And they bought a small business here in McCook. That's right, small business. And he and she worked for, I think it was 4 years that they were allowed to stay on that green card, if I remember it right. But at the end of that green card, they said they wanted to do it one more time because they didn't want to be American citizens. They had a nice home and a life back in their own country. And they were going to go back there to retire. But they just wanted the experience of American, rural life, if you will, that Southwest Nebraska has. Well, they went and asked for a second green card, just last one more increment, or one more, I believe it was 4-year increment, and they were denied. They said, nope, you got to go back. Now, this colored people, that came here, they had bought a business. They had no criminal record before, nor did they have a criminal record here. They didn't even have a traffic violation in the time period they were here. And they helped out around the community, did community service besides, and they were active in the church besides. They were good people. The community then stepped up and said, now wait a minute, we'd like these people to stay. They got a petition in McCook. We want these people to stay. And the federal government said, no, they're gone, get them out of here. Well, they had a number of strikes against them. Number one, they were honest. And if you're honest, that means the government can't make any money off of you through fines. Lawyers don't make any money defending you. And the prison system doesn't get any money off of you. And so they don't want you here. At the same time, they had the wrong color. I said they was colored people. And their color was white. And they had the wrong religion. And the religion, that's right, the religion was Christian. And so they made them leave. Now I call that racism.